I want to talk about the importance of honesty. Hopefully, real quick, but I'm on my computer because I felt like it wasn't gonna be real quick. I don't know if I could fit this in a couple 60-second clips, but I'm gonna keep bringing up this recent awakening because it's just helped me look at things differently and help me view shit differently. But a lot of people, when they get into spirituality or even in any type of religion, and they hear things about being honest, they just think it means not lying. But honesty goes so much more deeper than just not lying. Yes, like if you are living an honest life, you're not telling lies, you're not doing false shit, it does help keep you in a higher vibrational energy. Briefly explaining that, um, when we talk about people being karmic or divine, there are certain people who are just born divine. There are certain people who are just born karmic. But then there is in between the people that we are here to save. The reason that there is a spiritual war in the first place, well, one of the reasons is because we have these souls that can either be karmic or divine. And in order for a soul to be divine, in order for a person to awaken to their full potential, they have to be honest with themselves. They have to be in high vibrational energy. How does one get to be divine? How does one get in high vibrational energy? By starting small. The more good you do, the more good you allow in your life. Let's say you're trying to download a program. I don't even want to be like the fucking 64-bit and 32-bit because that's kind of confusing even for me. And I love computers and stuff. But let's say you're trying to download a software called Raspberry. It's a part of this the Fruit Loops. It's a part of this fruit program or something, right? You're trying to download Raspberry, but you're using bleach. Like your system is bleach, but you're trying to download Raspberry. It's not going to work. Like it's like certain things will stick, but really getting to that level of divinity that you're trying to get to, trying to really become a better person, a lot of people stop because they feel like breaking certain habits are too hard. But it starts with the small shit, because once you start cleaning up your act and you're doing better and living a more honest life, now you're opening up the energy. Your energy is not bleach energy. It goes from being bleached to, I don't know, give me something else, like something else that's kind of toxic. Well, not kind of toxic. Alcohol. Well, peroxide and alcohol. And then eventually we got dirty water. We got steel. And then we eventually get to like regular water. Then we could switch over to fruits and shit. So it's cleansing of that karmic shit. So stop doing karmic shit. You won't be a karmic. The more you infuse your life with divinity and good shit, the more you step into your own divinity. Now, back to like the whole purpose of this video, this recording is it's really about honesty. Like, well, that's one of the main things that needs to be focused on or paid attention to when one begins their spiritual journey or just throughout their spiritual journey, because it's very fucking important. But it goes beyond just not telling a lie, being a good person, and not because you feel like you should be a good person. Actually, we're not even gonna go down that route yet. We're gonna say that for later. The being honest with yourself, accepting your flaws and shit, and loving on your flaws, accepting the shit that you cannot change, and being aware of shit that you do not like about yourself that you can change. And once you start right there, and then like I always encourage people to start making lists. Like list everything about yourself that you don't like. And when you make that list, you have to be honest with yourself. There is no lying like, "Oh no, well no, I'm not this." Like if you feel like you don't have enough self-confidence or you don't have enough self-esteem, you can't get on the piece you can't write on a piece of paper. Like start writing the shit that you're uncomfortable with about yourself, and then get to that and be like, "Oh, well, no, I'm confident. I can't write that because I'm confident." You're lying to yourself. It's okay to fall short. It's okay to not be perfect because no one is fucking perfect. You're never going to get to that point of where you want to be at until you're honest with yourself. It starts with you. for the majority of all, like a lot of this shit, I want to say all of it, but I feel like my mind would start trying to think of certain shit to make sure that I'm actually speaking the right shit. So I'm gonna say the majority of for right now. But the majority of shit when it comes to the spiritual journey, you start with self. I feel like it's most of it, all of it. But if I figure some shit out, we'll get to it. But yeah, honesty with yourself, very fucking important. If you feel like you're an angry person or you tend to react angrily all the time, and even if you like, I'm not saying to say, oh, I'm a mean person. No, no, no. I am an angry person. Now, once you admit that to yourself, why are you angry? Oh, I'm angry because this person did this, or I'm angry because these people treat me like this, or I'm angry because this, that, and the other. And then you start to break that shit down. You're angry because these people treat you like you ain't shit. How about you get the fuck away from them? I'm not trying to hear no excuse about family, friends, nothing, because I didn't cut everybody off. If you are like this, I've did this exact thing. This is why I'm telling motherfuckers to do this. If motherfuckers is like causing harm, even they don't have to be putting their hands on you. If they're keeping you stuck in any type of emotional or mental turmoil, keeping you from moving forward on your journey, keeping you from becoming a better person, that is, I feel that's negative energy. It gotta go. So if you feel like motherfuckers not treating you right and you react angrily because motherfuckers don't treat you right, cut them the fuck off. If it's like everywhere you go, motherfuckers is treating you, acting weird towards you, you take a look at yourself first. Take a look at yourself. Make sure you're not doing anything specifically to actually trigger every fucking body. And really, that's what I say, be honest with yourself, because you could be doing a lot of things that you're used to doing that are actually low vibrational. And that's why a lot of people are reacting to you in that way. Or on the flip side, you could be dealing with some other shit. I'm still working out a way to explain this from different states, from different levels of consciousness, but like black sheep type of energy. If you feel like you irritate people, a lot of people around you, if you feel like people just be treating you any type of way and you actually don't be doing anything, then all of this requires self-awareness and awareness of your surroundings and who you surround yourself with. But if that's the case, then you really need to look at the people that you are around, because a lot, like, it's not, I don't want to say a lot, but it happens too often in the spiritual community where a lot of people actually start to feel like they're the fucking problem, and in reality they are a chosen one that grew up in a very low vibrational place, so it's not a lot of people there that will be able to understand them. So it's almost like, I don't want to say a target, but it will almost feel like there's a target on that person's back because of the energy that they embody, because of who they are internally. Their vibration is just higher than those around them, and that tends to tick people off. I don't have a lot of female friends because of the same fucking reason. I don't talk to males because of a similar fucking reason. It's just, it's a process of becoming more aware of everything. It's a spiritual awakening. You are waking up to shit. And it starts with waking up to who the fuck you truly are. Who the fuck you are, like, that is a journey in itself. That's the spiritual journey. Like figuring out who you, like the real person, who you really are. But figuring out who you are based off of different labels and energies that's been placed upon you as you've been growing, as you've been becoming an adult, or whatever age you at. You should be 18 listening to or watching it because I curse a lot. But wherever you, like, that's beside the point. Like, I don't feel like that fucking matters, but don't go down that tangent, don't go down that road, don't do that. 'Cause I was gonna start talking about platforms and a whole bunch of other shit. But regardless of your age and where you at on your journey, you need to be self-aware and you need to pay attention. Um and being honest with yourself. If you feel like you are a failure, do not admit that you're a failure, but admit that you feel like a failure. And then find out why. Why do I feel like a failure? Is it something that I feel internally? Do it just feel like that's just a part of who I am? And if you get to some shit that deep, then that's when you look at shit that happened with your parents and your grandparents and how their relationships was, because that could be a generational curse. A lot of people are born in, like I said, people are born karmic. People are born into karmic situations. A lot of people are born into karmic situations, and that's what it means to break generational curses, to be born into those karmic situations where you have to deal with energy that's not even yours, and you still overcome that shit. You alchemize that shit. That's breaking generational curses. Um but yeah, you have to be honest with yourself. If you feel like you're not good enough in a certain area or whatever project you could be working on or whatever job you working at, be honest. Be honest with yourself. Do not, like, don't have that fake confidence like, oh, I'm raw and da, 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 da. Like, I'm not saying that whoever you are and whatever you're doing, you're not amazing at what the fuck you do, but you have to be honest with yourself at whatever stage you are, because if you're not going to have any room to grow. So if you can't acknowledge that you aren't at the point where you want to be at, you're never going to get there, because you've already created this false sense in your head that, oh, I'm the best at, oh, I'm already there type of shit. If you want to build up that self-confidence, a way to approach that situation would be, I am the best at what I do. I am manifesting that. I am affirming that. But know that there is a lot of work to be done to get you to the shit that you're trying to manifest, the shit that you're affirming. Don't have, like, I don't want to say false confidence, but it's this is talked about a lot at the beginning of a lot of people's spiritual awakenings. Don't fall into like the spiritual ego. This is kind of similar. Don't fall into that false confidence where you're like basically trying to convince yourself something. Know who you are and know that you can create. Know that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Know this, understand this. And then when you arrive to a point where you're challenged or you feel like you're experiencing setbacks or something like that, know who you are. You have already found out who you were. You already understood that shit. Now it's time to put that manifestation work in process. I know who I am and I know that I can complete this goal. I know that I could get to this point. I know, just that type of shit. Know that there is always room for growth and no one is perfect. It's impossible to just wake up and be perfect. I don't care how much shit you see on TV. I don't care how much a motherfucker try to preach to you. I'm not trying to hear that shit. There is no fucking such thing as perfect. A lot of people want to pretend to be fucking perfect and then put other people down for them not meeting certain expectations. And these expectations that these people put over other people, they haven't even met them fucking selves. So that's actually a big part about being honest with yourself, realizing who is influencing you in what type of ways, because you can have a lot of people around you, or you're listening to a lot of content, or you're listening to a lot of people, or reading a lot of shit where it's basically motherfuckers who don't have it together trying to pretend like they have it together and then try to tell you that you do not have it together. And that is why you can go on the internet and you can look at all of the YouTube pages I have, all of the Facebook pages I have, Rumble, everything, Quora, and you can see everything that I fucking went through. You can see every mistake, you can see every shortcoming, because I'm not here to say that you have to be fucking perfect. I'm here to say that regardless of where you at in your fucking life, if you are determined and motivated to be a better person and you put in that fucking work, it's very fucking possible, regardless of what the fuck people saying, regardless of what the fuck going on in your fucking life, regardless of all that shit. So it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect. Don't ever get it in your mind where you have to show up perfect to everything you fucking do. Show up and be the best version of yourself. And if motherfuckers don't accept that, that's on them. I had to learn that shit the hard way too. This damn shit with social media and being a content creator. I had a lot of motherfuckers coming at me like acting like I wasn't enough. And I wasn't finna let motherfuckers tell me I wasn't enough, because I had already understood who the fuck I was. So it wasn't nothing like, I was already working on getting to those goals because I knew who I was, right? So if I when I had people coming up against me trying to make me feel less than, it did not work because I'm actively moving towards a goal to be the best that I could fucking be. And I'm still doing that shit in the present moment. And we got weird bitches that's pointing fingers and talking shit, and they're not even making the first step in the fucking right direction. So you have to start looking at situations like, and it's not even being mean, it's just being honest. Being honest. That is the fucking theme of being honest. Be honest. Be honest. But yeah, honesty is key to this spiritual shit. You gotta be, and I want to say, like, honesty with yourself is so fucking important. I don't want to say fuck being honest to other people, because that, don't be a fucking liar like that. No, you're not gonna be able to be a divine being and be a fucking liar. Any person that's far on their spiritual journey could tell you now they don't lie, or if they lie, they aren't a good liar, because once you start like aligning yourself with certain energy, it's like you have to be honest. It feels wrong to not be honest. I just had to tell my damn case manager some shit, and I wasn't even lying. I was just not saying certain shit, and I felt bad. So, honesty is very fucking important if you want to be in divine energy, if you want to feel blessed and watched over and protected. You have to allow that fucking divine energy to even touch you. You have to allow your spirit team to work with you. And that's also something, go ahead and add that in real quick. I learned at the beginning of my awakening, which a lot, I don't know if a lot of people are learning this in the current, like with the way that spirituality is advancing, like in a trend type of sense. I don't know if people actually learning this shit, but it's very fucking important. um when you first start noticing certain abilities, it's very important to connect with God, connect to your spirit guides, connect to angelic beings, and ask for their help and their protection. Ask them to lead you and guide you on your journey, on your path. Give them permission to interfere with your life, because we all have free will. So if you start your spiritual journey and you trying to just wing that shit, you're going to run into a lot of problems as you're learning shit, because we all need some type of help sometimes. Even with the level that I'm at now, I still have a lot of assistance, and me and my assistants be laughing at me sometimes because I be tweaking. But you have to, and then know that too, that like spirituality is very serious. But when we talk about spirit guides and ancestors and shit and angels and shit like that, realize that, okay, a lot of these angels, they have been on this planet, they have lived normal lives. Your ancestors were actual people walking this fucking planet. These were people, they have senses of humor, they are funny as fuck, low key. So a lot of this shit doesn't have to be as serious in that type of sense. But I don't want to rant too much in a different direction. This video is about honesty, being honest with yourself. But since we talking about spirit guides, ancestors, and stuff like that, if you're afraid of that type of thing, be honest that you're afraid of that type of thing and try to figure out why you're afraid of that. Everything starts with being honest with yourself. You feel like you too lazy, and you, well, I don't even want to say you feel like you too lazy. You got people telling you you're lazy, right? And it's kind of making you feel like you lazy. Do you feel like you lazy? Do you have, like, is that a certain concern of yours, or is that something you're insecure about? Is that something that you're running from, you're hiding from, type of shit? Be honest with yourself. Write the shit down. um I'm trying to think of other vices and shit, because motherfuckers had that bad calling me lazy. Um, and I actually, for a time, I thought that I was lazy, and I'm like, no, my brain just moves differently because I'm not doing shit that y'all want me to do. Y'all calling me lazy. I'm actually very productive. Like, shut the fuck up and mind your business. That's why it's important to mind your fucking business. Stay out of other people's business. Motherfuckers always got an opinion on somebody else's shit. Bitch, you ain't nowhere, you ain't even 1% complete in your fucking story mode, and you all over here in my shit. Bitch, pay attention to your screen. You're doing too much. And that wasn't directed at anybody. I'm just really tired of me going through the shit, seeing other people going through the shit. Y'all mind other people business so fucking hard. And the crazy part about it is motherfuckers be minding people business and only be looking for negative shit. And be thinking that y'all popping off or y'all really going off or y'all really talking some shit or y'all really speaking some facts. Sit the fuck down, bro. Seriously, like if you can't really spit some real shit to help somebody, keep your fucking mouth closed because you judging motherfuckers for what fucking reason, bitch, and your shit is nowhere near together. I be really tired of that shit. Then him motherfucking go, well, I didn't do this, well, I didn't do that. Bitch, it's not your fucking life. What bitch do you want to wear my drawers or something? The fuck? And people like that get humble really fucking quick coming over here fucking with me like that. Cause guess what's gonna happen? Cause motherfuckers tried to do that shit with the situation with how I lost everything. Oh, if it was me, that never would have happened to me. Well, because you want to be judgmental and not shut your fucking mouth, now you will have to go through similar shit to understand why the fuck I was in the position that I was in. Your family will fucking everybody that you love dearly, that you feel like you can trust, they will fucking use you and abuse you. Everything that could go wrong will start going wrong to the point where you don't know what the fuck to do. Shit like that will happen for people talking shit because you don't understand what the next person is going through. You're not even trying to understand. You just want to be judgmental. So here's karma for that ass. And to avoid getting karma for fucking with people and trying to put them in fucked up mental states, and you see motherfuckers trying to heal, if you want to avoid that shit, go sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up. You could feel a certain type of way about somebody doing that because it just one, it could upset your soul or it could just trigger some shit within you. But know that everybody is on their own journey and they're discovering themselves just like you are. You can't sit here and act like you know yourself and then try to tell shit. Like don't be that person. Real life, don't be that person. You're a shitty ass person if you that type of person and you ugly from the inside all the way out. I don't give a fuck how the fuck you look. I don't give a fuck how much money you spend on your appearance. You're ugly. Stop doing that shit. Y'all weird. Stop doing that shit. Any fucking way. Honesty. It's honesty. Motherfuckers that aren't even honest with themselves. Because a truly honest and happy person would not be fucking with somebody else just because they feel like they can. I've literally had bitches do weird shit like that. Well, I'm happy and I'm this and I don't care. And bitch, but you're on my shit talking shit. So clearly you are bored and unhappy about something. If you don't go sit the fuck down, be honest with yourself. Whether you in karmic energy or divine energy, be honest with yourself. Motherfuckers be getting in relationships and wondering why they man always cheating and lying to them or why they woman always cheating and lying. You can't even be honest with yourself. How the fuck are you expecting someone else to be honest to you, with you? And you can't even do it for yourself. That's what I try to teach people about the spirit, like the twin flame journeys and the soulmate journeys. Everybody want that true love. Everybody want a soulmate. Everybody want a twin flame. You can't even love yourself. And that's not a dig. That's something for you to really pay attention to. Motherfuckers really need to start loving on themselves before they go in. And it's not the, oh, well, you have to have this amount of money in the bank and you have to make sure your house looks like this and you have to have this job and you have to have this social circle. That's not what the fuck that means. Loving on yourself in order to bring in a soulmate or a twin flame means loving on yourself unconditionally. It means loving your flaws and all. It means being honest with yourself and changing the things that you can change and accepting the shit that you cannot change. It means sacrificing other shit to make sure that you're happy, putting your happiness above everything fucking else, putting your sanity above everything fucking else, including a lot of these fucking societal norms. You got to be able to step away from that shit. If you are literally miserable as fuck at a fucking job or miserable as fuck doing some shit that you motherfuckers is telling you you have to do or is mandatory, you are not practicing self-love. You're going to end up with somebody that probably really care about you, but they're going to feel like it's mandatory to be with you type of shit because you're accepting that energy in your life. Once you start not accepting the shit, neglecting the shit, rejecting the shit, then you start to bring in better energy. You have to be honest with yourself, what you're allowing in your life, what you're allowing on your path, like the people you're allowing to be around you. I don't care how long you've known them. Be honest with yourself. I have friends I've known forever, like my fucking sister type of shit. And when I had to sit and be honest with myself, I'm like, this bitch always, like, she never liked me. Honestly, if we look at everything she said and how she's treated me over all these years, she's never fucking liked me. And I was just dealing with the shit because she was my sister, and I thought that blood and none of fuck that shit. Why the fuck would you be around somebody that don't like you? Why would you do that? So you can always feel unwanted and unappreciated? No, thank you. Especially if you're an empath, you're gonna start picking up on that energy. Like, you would literally feel like you ain't shit and you're not enough because you're around people that feel like they ain't shit and they're not enough around you, and they want you to feel that way. Low key, they wish that they could switch places with you, type of shit, and now you're picking up on that energy. So that's why it's important to let that shit go. Let that shit go. Let that shit burn. I'm gonna make a song. um Honesty. I'm gonna just keep saying it. Honesty. If you on your spiritual journey, and if you are a teacher or a healer and you don't know certain shit, or if you even been in energy, because I've been there where I'm like, I had a spiritual awakening and I was like, I fell into a spiritual ego, and I was doing a lot of extra shit, and I was like approaching a lot of situations without tact and not thinking that deep. If you've been there, it's okay to admit that you've been there. You're not fucking perfect. We're not perfect. Regardless of who we've been in our past lives, regardless of reincarnation status, regardless of spiritual ranking. None of us is fucking perfect. We're here in fucking human bodies, and we're getting back to who the fuck we were before we were in these bodies. Now we could take that, like, we ain't gonna take that a step. We ain't gonna take that deep right now. But these human bodies are not perfect. This shit that we're doing on this planet is not fucking perfect, and it will never be. The best we can do is make this shit a better place, make people want to be better people. But perfect is damn near impossible. Well, it kind of depends on how you look at it, because you got yin and yang, a balancing of energies, all that other good shit. But perfect is not possible in this reality right now. So that shouldn't be a goal. Your goal is just to be a better you. Always be in competition with yourself. And if motherfuckers, because sometimes a lot of shit go over people's head. They hear that a lot. I'm my own competition. I'm competing with myself. Like, I take that shit very fucking seriously with everything that I do. Like, I write music, I make beats, I am a streamer, I am a YouTuber, I do all this other good shit. So I try to do my best whenever I'm like, for example, the game development. When I'm working on the games, I'm doing my best, my absolute best when I'm making these games, and I'm not slacking. If I feel like I'm finna slack or I'm not finna be putting my all into it, I stop. When I come back to it, after I learn some more, research some more, or just refresh my brain, I go all in again. And that is like every day, every time I work on this project or any project, I'm improving. I'm trying to work harder than I worked the day before. I'm trying to make more progress than I did the day before. Being in competition with yourself, you shouldn't give a fuck about what other people thinking. I barely, like, I'm not even gonna say I know how to read code. It's a lot of shit I'm learning through Khan Academy. It's a lot of shit I've learned through experience, but I could barely call myself a game developer. So if I sat there and I'm like, well, because I don't know how to write in C sharp, and I didn't even understand what that meant a couple of weeks ago, then I can't really call myself a game developer, because other developers know this, and other, who the fuck cares about other developers? Other developers ain't Taria Diani. So I'm focusing on being better than who I was yesterday, being a better developer than I was yesterday. And it's working, because I keep coming up with new ideas and um new mechanics that are harder to actually implement and actually succeed in at doing a lot of this shit. So being in competition with yourself, being in competition with who you were yesterday, who you were previously, outdoing yourself, and then making yourself proud. Like, you should be your own, like, I ain't gonna say your own team, because everybody needs some type of team, But on your spiritual journey, when you going down your path, like, you should be the main person rooting yourself on. You're going to run into soulmates, platonic and romantic. You might even run into your twin flame. But regardless of those outside people, you have to love on yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to root yourself on. And if you aren't truly loving yourself and you just saying that you love yourself because you don't want to be seen as somebody who doesn't love themselves, you're lying to yourself. And what have we been talking about this whole time? Honesty. Being honest with self. But because I can never just do a quick fucking video, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this one. Cause now I gotta edit some shit because I didn't forget some shit. But that's gonna be it for this video, or it could, I think I might even upload this as a podcast as well, podcast episode. Excuse me, I am gonna go ahead and do that. But thank you so much for tuning in, listening, watching, all that other good stuff. If you found this informative on YouTube or whatever, educational in any type of way, if you know somebody that could benefit from this information, please do share. Like I said, if you found this educational, entertaining, or any of that shit, like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. All that good stuff right there, all that good stuff. Yeah. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me or a one-on-one session, check out TariasTarot.com. That's Tarias, Tareah, Tarot, Tarot.com. I have my permanent consultations as well as the email readings and consultations. But that's it. That's it for today. I will talk to you and or see you in the next video or episode. Bye.